friends, welcome back to my channel. Without any further ado, let us go ahead with the fourth episode of the Infra Updates. Our first story is coming from the freezing zone of Ladakh. The Jal Jeevan mission reached a major milestone recently when it provided clean drinking water to a remote village in Ladakh. The residents of Skampuk village in Leh's Nubra block now got potable water even in sub-zero temperature. One of the beneficiaries shares that earlier they faced so many problems related to water supply during the winters. But now it's so easy under Jal Jeevan mission, every household has a tap connection. Hence, the problem has been solved. She's a young woman living in the village. The village is located at a height of 13,000 feet. What makes this achievement significant is that the people living in all 105 households here are getting water which is not frozen. This has been made possible by an insulation jacket around the pipe. The Jal Jeevan mission was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on August 15, 2019. And in these 27 months, over 50 million families have been provided new tap water connections. Under the Jal Jeevan Mission Har Ghar Jal scheme, every rural household is to be provided with a functional tap water connection by 2024. Moving to the second story of the day, which is making inroads from Gujarat. As many as 12 MOUs entailing proposed investment of rupees 14,000 crore in Gujarat were signed as part of the upcoming Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2022 at an event in Gujarat on Monday. It was the second MOU signing event ahead of the VGGS to be held on January 20. It was the second MOU signing event ahead of the VGGS to be held on January 10 to January 12 next year, attracting the total proposed investment of over 38,188 crores so far. The ceremony was attended by Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel as well. Talking about the investments individually, Gujarat Fluorochemicals Limited has pledged an investment of 2,000 crore for battery chemicals and other products for electric vehicles at Dahej. Aarti Industries has similarly pledged an investment of 1,669.8 crore in the chemical sector. Mitsu Private Limited came up with a big ticket investment proposal of 5,000 crore for a mixed industrial cluster in Vapi in South Gujarat for chemical, pharmaceuticals, API, textiles, engineering and plastics. Also, the paint brand also did not step back and went on to sign a mega MOU. According to reports, Asian Paints also signed an MOU for its proposed investment of 1,114 crore for a paint factory at Ankleshwar in Bharuch district. In what can be the biggest highlight is that the proposed investment will create 15,000 jobs collectively. Third story is coming from Uttar Pradesh. Indian Railways is setting up a dedicated freight village at the strategic junction of the eastern and the western corridors of Dedicated Freight Corridor Corporation. The dedicated freight village with all modern facilities will be set up at the cost of around 540 crore. The dedicated freight village will be established near the upcoming Noida International Airport, which will have a capacity to serve around 1.2 crore passengers a year, and work on it is scheduled to be completed by 2024. Proximity to Noida International Airport can boost the success of dedicated freight village as the upcoming airport is conceptualized with an integrated multimodal cargo hub. The dedicated cargo terminal at Noida International Airport, also called as Jewar Airport, will have a 20 lakh metric ton capacity in the first few years, which will be expanded to 80 lakh metric ton. The proposed dedicated freight village, in fact, would be like a type of multimodal transport hub and will be creating even more employment opportunities for the residents of surrounding by giving a boost to foreign freights also. The dedicated freight village is being planned at the intersection of both eastern and western dedicated freight corridors. The eastern DFC, starting from Sahnewal near Ludhiana, will pass through Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and Jharkhand to terminate at Dankuni in West Bengal. The western corridor connecting Dadri in Uttar Pradesh to JNPT in Mumbai will traverse to the states of UP, Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra. Therefore, the dedicated freight villages in the long run can be a game changer for the economy of the country. Fourth story is from the industrial state of Tamil Nadu. Leading chemical and textile company GHCL Limited would invest 500 crore in Tamil Nadu and a memorandum of understanding was signed with the government of Tamil Nadu. GHCL stated that it would set up 40,000 ring spindles in Mannaparai, Tiruchirappalli district to produce synthetic and synthetic blended yarn to cater to knitting and weaving segments. Also, it would install another 40,000 ring spindles with 24 knitting machines in Madurai district to produce 100% cotton yarn and knitted fabrics. Pressing its intention for a carbon-free world, GHCL Limited has planned to set up a 20 megawatt solar power park near Musiri in Tiruchirappalli district. Once this 20 megawatt solar power park project gets completed, 70% of the company's requirements will be met for the spinning business through renewable energy. Currently, 52% of the energy requirements for the yarn business was fulfilled from renewable energy sources. Not just the project will get jobs to youth, but also it will become a backbone of Make in India initiative pushed by the central government. Moving to the fifth story that's coming from the coast of Orissa. Union Minister Shantanu Thakur stated that the centre will invest around 10,000 crore to modernize Odisha's prime port, which is Paradip Port. The Minister of State for Shipping did the inspection of the port infrastructure and the vessel traffic management system. Meanwhile, the National Highways Authority of India has been directed by the central government to give the road from Dochakki to Atharbanki to the Paradip Port Trust. For the betterment of the local area, the minister said that extra pump sets and a desalination plant will be built to deliver drinking water to the residents over there from the local rivers. Paradip will be the best port in the country on the east coast. The central government will invest over 10,000 crore to make it a clean, green and smart port. Also, the completion of the 1500 kilometer pipeline from Paradip to Assam would increase the port's cargo traffic. A special terminal berth worth 700 crore would be constructed for transportation of LPG. The sixth story is coming from northeastern state of India. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma ceremonially launched the construction work of the 8.25 km Majuli-Jorhat bridge at Dakshin Path in the river island of Majuli on Monday. Along with the bridge, the work for the immediate approaches over the Brahmaputra also got underway. The Assam government has already constituted a cabinet committee to monitor day-to-day progress of the project. The Union Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has sanctioned 925.47 crore for construction of the bridge. The Assam government will spend 200 crore from its own coffers for the bridge. The targeted period for completion of the project is 48 months. Sarma stated that this bridge, which will be completed by November 2025, was a long-standing demand of the people of Majuli. Once construction of this bridge is completed, it will give a paradigm shift to connectivity between Jorhat and Majuli, besides leading to rapid development in the island district. The Assam government will also take up construction of a new bridge connecting Majuli-Lakhimpur at Dhunaguri from its own resources amounting to 750 crores. With this, we have come to the end of this episode. It is but sure that the series of infra updates is helping you to become more aware about various infra works and big ticket investments happening across India. Signing with an assurance, and please stay tuned as we come up with next set of infra updates very recent. Do tune in. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Jai Hind.